Okay. Hello. We're back. Welcome to the live show, everybody. I got a great one for you today. Today we're going to be talking about a concept that is not originally mine, but it is very much in line with what men think about dating. All right? And the kinds of women that they'll date versus just the kind of women that they'll sleep with. Now, this is not my, like I said, this is not my original concept. This concept goes back since the old school days of the old school dating forums from like AOL Live or whatever. But it is still very true. I'm just saying that I ain't coined these terms, but it's very much definitely what it's like. So the concept is about sleepers versus keepers. You might have heard of this in all different kinds of ways, whatever. Basically, it's the idea that a man, as is dating or whatever, just when he sees the woman, he knows almost right away whether that she's a girl that he would sleep with. Yeah, I'd sleep with her. Or wifey. Oh shit, that's wife. That's wifey. Wifey. All right? And the challenge is, for most women, is there's a lot of misconceptions here. Because I'll tell you right now, that shit's true, man. If the man likes you, you know, let's just put it this way, you're not confused right away. Right away. Hang on, let me see if we can fix this light here. It's a little flashy, huh? A little flickery. Okay, I think we're all right. You know almost right away. It's clear to you because he'll make it clear to you. I'll give you an example. Men know. First, I'll give you an example, but let me back up and read. I want to clearly cover this topic. Sleepers versus keepers. It's a guy. You can give a guy, an Instagram account and let them scroll on, and as they scroll, they can see all these beautiful women, whatever, and he'll be like, "I'd sleep with her. I'd sleep with her. I wouldn't deal with her at all. No thanks. Wife for sure. Sleep with her. I'd sleep with her. No thanks. Wife. I'd sleep with her." Obviously, there's going to be far fewer immediate wife whiplash reactions to girls, but relatively speaking, if you're the man's type, you're what he's looking for, he pretty much knows. He knows right away, more or less. Now, after he meets you, though, there could be a lot of things that you do, or that he does and doesn't like about you, and a lot of things that you do to keep them from proposing, taking you more seriously. You get what I'm saying? Like you can be a wifey for sure, but then he goes to meet you and he starts dealing with you and your personality, and then go, ugh, you know what? I'd rather die than get married to this person. So it's at that point, it's kind of like, what do you do to keep them from proposing to you, rather than what you got to do to get them to propose? You know what I'm saying? And the reality is this, folks. If you have to sit around and wonder when he's going to propose to you, the answer is he's not going to. Sorry, it's a cold world. All right. It's the men know if you're wifey right away. You see it. It's just the way it is. Now that doesn't mean men won't settle. But men with options won't. Men will settle. You might date a man and it might be some, y'all 6 years down the line, and then when he secretly is hitting on girls when you're not around, and he realizes that his options are drying up, and he's not as virile and as attractive as he thought he was, he'll settle for you. Or y'all get married via common law. The state will decide. But I'm talking about the kinds of proposals you want. You know what I'm saying? Where he's getting down on one knee for you. He knows that shit soon. I think that you could give a man a list of Instagrams with 100 women on it, and I think that most men will be able to go, wife, sleep, no thanks, and like pretty much no. And then he could take those 3 or 4 wives and then go on dates with them, and as long as their personalities aren't the worst, he would wife any one of them up, straight up. You guys see what I'm saying? And if you're a girl that he was just like, yeah, I'll sleep with her, but then you stuck around, like playing hard to get rid of, not hard to get rid of, he'll keep you around for convenience. Sorry to tell you that, folks. I met girls that are great, and then you meet them, and then you're like, fuck, this is horrible. I'd rather die than be around this too much. I could never do this again. And they would have otherwise been great. You ever meet people like that? Where they look good on paper, whatever. You see their Instagram like this and you're just like, yeah, oh man, perfect. And then you meet them and you're like, fuck, did I get myself into? I know I have. I've been there. Too many times that I could count, actually, more times than I'd like to admit. But men know, folks. All right? If he's not introducing you to his friends, this is my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend. You don't have a title, like right away. You're not the one, or the two, or the three. Sorry. He's with you out of convenience, and he's hoping that when he gets better job, more money, his business takes off, whatever, he's gonna just find go into an upper echelon on which he could attract other women. It's like you win the lottery and win that replace my wife money. You end up kind of getting replaced. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys get it? My point is this. Here's the key takeaway here. All right. Is that if he's not interested in introducing you to his people, friends, family, otherwise, as the girl for him, this is my girlfriend, this is my fiance, like fast, like that, like proud, you're a placeholder. Sorry, you're a sleeper, not a keeper, and you're always going to be, no matter how long you stick around, for men with options. Men without options, getting older, getting grayer, getting fatter, whatever, their options start to diminish. You can still marry those guys, sure. So, play the long game, and then the state will decide for you that y'all are together. That's an option too. Not saying it's a great option, but you know what? Works for some of y'all. Fine. All I'm saying is if they're not enamored, making it official. Early on, you're just a sleeper. And my advice is straight up keep your options open till you meet a guy who's enamored, because not everybody's going to be what you want. Not everybody's going to be like super compatible with you. There's nothing wrong with, being a sleeper. Some of y'all just want a little Bible study from time to time. Tuesday night, late night. What are we on? Thursday night, late night? Little Bible study tonight. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. All right? Just know where you stand. That's all I'm saying. Save yourself a whole lot of time and heartache, my God. Any advice for unattractive women? Listen, ladies, you just gotta, you have, in this marketplace, in this dating landscape, you gotta be attractive. And also, you don't have to be the most attractive person in the world. You just need to be attractive to the guys that you like. You see? And by the way, the guys that you like, you're attractive to them. I mean, they're attractive to you. So you want to be attractive to them too, right? You don't need everybody to like you. You don't need to be Jessica Alba in her prime or whatever. You just need to be attractive to the guys that you like. You see what I'm saying? If your boyfriend or your husband is attracted to you, then you're good to go. All right? But if you're just generally unattractive to everyone, you got some work to do, some cosmetic work to do. I'm not saying necessarily get plastic surgery or whatever, though some of y'all need it. All right? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little touch up here and there, whatever. All right? I'm not above that shit. I'm with you. But what I am saying is definitely take extra steps to make yourself presentable and attractive to the people that you find attractive. There's nothing worse of being with a man or trying to force it with a man that does not like you or think you're attractive. All right? It's an important part, okay? Some of y'all, rhinoplasty will go a long way. But some of y'all don't need that major thing. You can do small things, you know? A little mascara, a light beat, you know? That works too. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Guys need to find you attractive. If they don't find you attractive, they just won't want to talk to you. I've had that happen. I've had parties at my house where like people that I don't know, that I don't find attractive, are like just hanging around, just trying to come up to me. And I'm nice. I'm a hospitable host. I'm not a dickhead. But it's like, yo, why are you hanging around? Like, you're still, yes, can I help you? You know, it gets to be like that eventually, you know? They got to find you attractive. Sex is a big part of any relationship. You need that shit. Trust me. So, if you think you're an unattractive girl, you need to get some YouTube videos going or something, man. You better watch these Koreans because they can transform their face. They'll shapeshift right before your eyes, and that's a skill set that you can cultivate. You can ensnare yourself a man. I promise it'll work too. Men are stupid. They fall for that shit. All right? Is it okay? Wait, back it up. Is it okay to plan a date if he's coming to you from another city? Yeah, I don't. Okay, listen. If he's coming to you, then and you're going to show him around or something, all right, that's okay. You could maybe do that. He is new to your city, doesn't know much. But at some point, he's got to bear responsibility for the situation, right? Like, okay, you might be able to show him where the Italian restaurant is, but he should offer to pay, or he should pay entirely. Do you see what I'm saying? And also, I don't know if it's just me or whatever. I just think it's weird to travel to see a woman. I think that it's better if she travels to see me. You know, hey, my assistant booked your flight. Come on over. Done. It just seems more natural to me. For a man to like leave his element to go to yours as a woman, I get where you might see that's like safer or whatever, and I don't know if it is, to be honest, him knowing where you live and all this and that. I don't know if that's necessarily safer, but it just seems a little unnatural. Like, I wouldn't just leave my city and come see somebody in Kansas. I just wouldn't do that. If I was going to Kansas anyways, I don't know why the fuck I would be doing that. But if I were, I don't know why I picked Kansas. That's just an arbitrary city. I'm not talking about anybody in particular or whatever. But if I was going to go to Kansas anyways and you happen to be there, and I was like, okay, hey, I'm in town, or I'm going to be in town, that kind of thing. But just like, oh, you live in Kansas? Great. You know how many people DM me and they're like, hey, who said Boston earlier? Come to Boston. What if I said yes? Could you imagine? No profile picture and 200 followers. I'm like, sure, I'm coming. Okay, that sounds great. I'll see you there. How about Friday? Could you imagine I did that? What would that say about me? Miss Private Instagram with no profile picture, 7 followers, and no posts. Sure, sounds great. See you this weekend. Hey, I'm here. Where are you? Could you imagine if I did that? Wouldn't that be crazy? So for just guys going to girls to see them for the first time dating, it just feels unnatural to me. Yeah, no videos of them. Right, it's just reposts of like other people's animals and stuff. Hey, you should come to Boston. Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna roll the dice. Yeah, with you could be Princess Jasmine, or you could be the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Who knows? Let's just guess. Let's just roll those dice. It's perfect. Even replying to me feels like, if I were to even reply, feels like a hostage situation. Like, I'm not sure, like any one wrong move, just the reply to that, let alone agreeing to go. Sure. I don't know if it's like a delusional thing or like a fucking entitlement thing, or you just have such confidence. And that goes both ways, folks. That goes both ways. So a man traveling to see a woman he doesn't know, I guess, just feels unnatural to me. How do men feel about kids, older kids? Okay, I'll give you the answer. Here's the thing. Generally speaking, at a glance, on the surface, at most people, men that don't have kids, their initial whiplash response is, those kids aren't my responsibility. Those are your responsibility. Those aren't my kids. Why am I dealing with your kids? But here's the thing. If y'all are just dating, fair. They aren't his responsibility. Now he needs to be able to accept the fact that you need to make accommodations for them. He needs to be able to accept the fact that they're a part of your life, and there will be scheduling around that. Okay, but if y'all are just dating, them's ain't my children, and it's gonna be your responsibility, not mine. And that's what. Can you blame him for that? You see, that isn't his responsibility. But if he gets married to you, all right. If he proposes to you, he is accepting everything. And once he proposes, them is his children. That don't matter what color skinted they are, those are his kids now. You get what I'm saying? And he has to bear responsibility not only for you as wife, but also for your kids too, whatever that means. So if he's reluctant while you're dating, does it you can't be mad at him for that. That wasn't his choice. Those were your choices, and that's your life. But if he accepts you anyways and marries you anyways, then he's taking them on, and that's a good man. And let me tell you something else. Just because men's initial whiplash response is, those aren't my kids, I don't want to raise them, doesn't mean that he won't still eventually care for you enough to take on that responsibility. It happens all the time. My mama had grown-ass kids, and she remarried to a man that loves her fucking dearly. Oh, my God. I love him for loving her so much, and she loves him back. Oh, my God. I don't have to worry about her at all. She had grown-ass kids. You see? And then she's, and then other members of my family and people that I know, they get remarried, they got kids all the time. As long as you take care of yourself, like what I was saying earlier, you look pretty, you tweeze his space between your eyebrows, you beat your face, put on a little fucking mascara, get your peak toe pumps on and a cute skirt or whatever. Get out there, ma'am. Feet on the pavement. Clack, clack, clack. All right? Get out there. Put yourself out there, and you look good. There will be offers for you, despite your age and circumstances. That's what I love about women the most. Y'all can live in a world that's straight up fucking delusional, and it doesn't even matter. Men are gonna be there to be come on in. Oh, of course, yes. So that's what I love about women. That's like a superpower. Delulu till it's tralulu. And it works. It works. It works. It doesn't work, though, if you just sit at home like little rat girl, never fucking leaving your house, and then act like some Prince Charming is just going to fucking ride up and just ask you to let down your hair, Rapunzel. That's not how it works. You have to get out there. But if you do, then you can get a man despite your circumstances as long as you're attractive. I promise you there will be offers for you, and they keep coming no matter your age. All right? There's no yacht clubs around me. That's funny. That's an important point too. Now that we're here and talking about this, it's an important point, is that you don't necessarily have to marry for money. Here's the thing. I think you should be gold diggers, no doubt. All women should be gold diggers. Marry men that are successful men. There's no way. Nobody ought to be living, poor as fuck, poverty stricken, whatever. They're victims of circumstance, that's all good. But you got a lot of choice on who you date. All right? And you can choose to love a man that has means. But here's the thing. You don't have to necessarily date for money, but you can put yourself in rich places where rich people are, and then marry for love. There you go. See how you hedge your bets? Y'all just got to go out there. You can take an interest in golf, paddle, all right? Have a country club membership or something, okay? Take up rich people shit as hobbies and then find love. That's how you do it, folks. Because you might not match with everybody. You might meet a rich man who's stingy as all get out. He won't spare one red cent for you or anybody. Okay? He'll maybe when he's courting you, sure. But after that, you're not going to get anything. So just because he's rich doesn't mean anything. All right? So just be around rich people and then date amongst those crowds. Does that help? I hope that helps. Yes, sir. I think my chat on my Instagram's a little bit behind. Okay. How do we ask them how much money they make? Girl, you don't have to ask. You already know how much they money. You know before he even finishes his sentences how much money he makes. You're gonna know. He's gonna tell you right away what he does. You're gonna text it to your group chat or your friends or your mother or whatever. Okay? You're gonna Glassdoor that man in, I don't know, like half of a second. Okay? And he's gonna, oh, he's a doctor. And then you're gonna be on the phone on your way home with your mother and be like, I met a doctor tonight. Can you believe that? Yeah, his name is Thomas, whatever the fuck. You already know. You don't need to ask. You already know. Why are you asking me? As if you haven't already done the research. You know how much he makes. What? Don't play dumb. Some of y'all intentionally play dumb to get a rise out of me. I swear to God. You already know. The fuck? I already had a whole ass conversation with your mom about him. She looked. You sent him over his LinkedIn profile or whatever. Don't act like that. Oh man. Okay, let's see here. How soon after starting the talking stage should a man Wait. Okay, wait. How soon should a man start the talking phase? How soon after starting the talking stage should a man ask me out on a date? Girl, if y'all talking, he hasn't asked you on a date yet, he doesn't like you. That's it. If you're saying, if there's like a talking stage and he hasn't asked you out, he doesn't like you. Sorry. The fuck? If he's talking to you at all, he's asking you out. And if he isn't, he doesn't like you enough to ask you out. Sorry. What do you mean? Y'all aren't talking, by the way. Stop saying that. Stop telling yourself that and other people that. Because y'all aren't talking if he hasn't even asked you out yet. The fuck? How do you respond? How do you respond when a man asks what you bring to the table? Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score. Straight up. He's not even asking you. He's just revealing his hands, his cards. He's doing this. Here's the situation. I got low credit. What do you bring for the table so that I can get a cosigner on that new challenger? I need somebody to move into the house and cut my rent in half. Please. That's what he's asking, folks. If he's asking what you bring to the table, he wants to know how much money you make so that one day you can sign off on that car note. But I can make the payments, I promise. That's what it means. That's the real answer. Men that ask women those kinds of questions harbor a real resentment for women. They got a poor financial situation and harbor resentment for women because they feel that women don't have it as hard as them, financially speaking, blah, blah, blah. Which isn't fucking true anyways. But they feel like that women have an easier time of it because ballers will be happy to date women that come from all walks of life. Hell, men will marry the waitress. They don't give a shit. And men recognize that and they think that life is so hard and unfair for them. They have to work so hard. So if I'm going to date you, what are you going to bring to me? Me. That sounds like a man that just doesn't have his house in order. Or a house at all. Ha! or even a house at all. This house isn't in order. What house? What table? Did the table come with the apartment that you're renting? Does it come fully furnished already? What are you talking about? If they're asking you what you bring to the table, it's got a low credit score, for sure. Men that make money don't give a shit how much money you make. They care about how you look. And then they also care about, are you a pleasant, nice person to be around? Am I going to have another, do I want to see you again? That's really what it is. Are you pretty? Number one, you got to be pretty. That's no mistake. Then the next thing is are you not the worst? Is it exhausting to be around you? God. And if it isn't, they'll want to see you again. That's what men care about. If they're asking you what you bring to the table, how much money you make, what you do for work and all that shit, they're sizing you up. And for what nefarious purpose are you sizing you up? Are they sizing you up for? If it isn't for you to move in with them and pay their rent. How do you go from what is that? How do you go from a Honda Civic to a Dodge Challenger as a man and you didn't get a pay raise? How come your job didn't change, but you go from a Honda Civic to a Challenger? Is it because you tricked some poor unfortunate soul to move in with you and pay for half the rent? Your income didn't go up. How come you got a new car out there? It's never even a good car either. It's just like a shitty sports car. How come? It's because they asked that woman what she brought to the table. I need a girl that's got her own thing. I need a boss queen. That's what they always say. Some stupid shit like that. How come you got that Challenger up front? Where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? You know where it came from. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah, that's right. Hello, everyone. Thoughts on man getting offended if you ask him if he could be a provider? Listen here. Listen, folks. This is straight up. You just take this straight to the bank. This is facts right here. A man that makes money wants to provide for his woman. That's it. That's it. If he doesn't feel, if he acts as if he doesn't have to or shouldn't have to, or doesn't feel like that's his responsibility or whatever, that's a man that just doesn't have his finances in order, straight up. And he's mad at himself for not having enough throughput in the world to make enough money to be able to help out others, especially the woman he's sleeping with or loves, my God. Because it makes you feel inadequate as a man. Not being able to just pay for your girl's nails and shit like that makes you feel inadequate. And if it doesn't, there's something wrong with you. Don't you feel bad that you can't afford it? What do you mean? And by the way, just as an aside, this is a straight up sidebar, and maybe this is personal preference. But for me, I like a woman with nice taste. To be honest, I just like nice taste. I like well put together, well manicured things in life, personal things and people too. And for me, if my woman is walking around town, clean, nails done, hair done, everything, whatever, everything did, whatever, that's a representation of me. That makes me look good. Don't you see? You see what I'm saying? So if I'm like, here, girl, get your nails done. Get your nails done, and you're walking around with that fresh set or whatever, that makes me look good. Don't you get it? And the inverse is true as well. If I got some hoochie mama walking around town looking unkempt and dusty herself, that makes me look bad. And my friends would make fun of me for it. Like, yo, I saw your girl walking around looking ratchet on rodeo. We took a picture. They're coming at me now. You see what I'm saying? Now that's a me problem. But for real though. So if she's walking around looking clean and dope, people are like, oh shit, That's Russell's girl. And I couldn't afford her. Damn. Wish I could afford that. I like that shit when they say shit like that. Damn, that's a woman I can't afford right there. You're right. You can't. You sure can't. Keep it pushing. That's a flex. But if she's walking around wearing juicy couture pants and a mismatched top and flip-flops and her hair in shambles, that makes me look bad. Don't you see? That's my responsibility. And I just wouldn't get involved with that. I just wouldn't. It makes me look bad. All right? That's right. Thanks for the gifts. That's right, folks. It's so simple. And you know, all jokes aside, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. My delivery is joking a little bit, but I'm dead serious. And then also, but joking aside for a second, here's the thing. If my girl's getting her nails done or something like this, let's just do the nails thing as an example, okay? Because people kind of sleep on this part. If my girl's getting her nails done, she's in a nail salon or whatever, and I say, she's like, oh, I'm going to the nail salon today. And I go, okay, have a nice day. Finmo. What the Russians are like, what, $300? I mean, they do it right. I don't know. They do a good job. Whatever. If you go into Russian, you're gonna pay $300 for nails. Just get over it. And then you say, have a good day. I get red. I like red on you. Venmo, like that. Now she's going to the nail salon and getting those nails done. And I promise you, she'll get the red ones. And now guess what? She's doing that for me. Who's she doing that for? If I send her, hey, I'll get you a nice red set. I like that. Venmo. And now she's going to get it done for me. So who's she doing that for? She doing that to attract other men? Or is she coming home with the set that I requested for me? Who's she thinking about all day and at home? Who's she trying to impress at this point? Who is it? And the way that's not painfully obvious to men blows my fucking mind. Who's she doing it for? That's right. Both you and her, yes. But her being meticulously well-groomed is just, I don't know, just being a fucking person, number one. You have to do that stuff. You got to just do those things. I don't understand the people not being well-groomed thing. That's a whole other thing. That's like deep-seated, deep from their childhood. Somebody didn't raise them right or whatever. But for the people that I would be even interested in, it starts with grooming first, my God. Some of y'all got rogue hairs coming out of your areolas and nobody tell you ever. You find out when they get stuck in your teeth or whatever. And that's crazy. Somebody ought to have told you that. All right? But I'm assuming that the grooming's already there. Okay? And if the grooming's already there, of course she's going to go be well-groomed. But if the details are for me, then that's for me. That's right, folks. So should I feel guilty if he buys me gifts? No, here's the thing. Men invest in women they like. Money is like their... Okay, let's back up a second. Mindset of a man. Their money and their worth, since they were a child, has been deeply associated with net worth. What do you make? How much money do you have? Men compare each other. After grade school and shit, forget it. Once you're out of school, your whole life is about how much money you make amongst men, straight up. Like, how much money you make. That's really like, when people are asking other people, hey, what do you do? They don't really give a fuck what you do, to be honest. It's not really, like, what you do doesn't matter. Not really. Most folks, their paths aren't crossing in any meaningful ways. So, Matt, like, asking somebody what they do isn't really the point. When you ask somebody what they do, you're simply just asking them, how much money do you make? How much are you worth? Because based on what you tell me, I'm going to approximate that with money. I'll give you an example. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a real estate developer. I'm blah, 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 blah. Anything like that immediately triggers to the listener whether or not they're successful or not. You see? And even though they themselves aren't in any of those fields, they want to know that you're in those fields because that kind of a box of reasonable income I can associate you with, all right, based on what I know about these fields, which isn't much, but I know that they're making some money, blah, 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 right? You see? So when other people are asking, oh, so what do you do? Oh, what do you do? What do you do? It's just like, how much money are you worth? 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 Oh, wow, that's so interesting. And they always nod to the biggest dick in the room. Oh, yeah, wow, that's so interesting. Yeah. Oh, you real estate developer. Oh, yeah, how'd you get into that? Oh, wow, here's my card just in case if you ever need insurance, you give me a call. That's what it is. Okay? And it's just a straight up assessment of your value as a man. And that's how it always is for your whole fucking life until you retire. Okay? That's how it goes. And then so therefore, when a man starts investing with a woman, look, men will date women and sleep with women out of convenience. Taco Tuesdays, half off margaritas, stuff like that. Low hanging fruit, the sleepers I was talking about earlier. Those sleeper girls that aren't keeper girls, let's get them half off margaritas, baby. Get some skinny margs, some tacos, $7, all in. Perfect. All right. That's the girls you kind of have fun with, sleep with, don't take seriously, whatever. But girls that they like. All right. When you're doing stuff, vacations, gifts, activities together, they spend. All right. Because that to them, to men, where their whole goddamn life is worth by how much money they make, their spending money on you is a direct correlation to how much they like you. Now, I'm not saying being a simp. All right. I'm not saying give a stranger on the street a Birkin because that's fucking crazy and you're gonna lose all your money to some and you deserve that shit. Honestly, if you're gonna get tricked like that, then you deserve that. But for normal guys, if they're investing money in you, they like you. And then the more they invest, the more serious they are about you. If he's flying you around the world, he's serious about you. If he's buying you expensive things, he's serious about you. And the more he pours in, he remembers that shit. He might not hold it over your head. Some men hold it over your head. But he might not hold that over your head. But he definitely knows how much he's financially invested in you. So, graciously accept the gifts and just take it as a sign that he likes you and is investing in you. Okay? What does a girl wear on a coffee date? Some comfortable shoes just in case you need to run away. You never know what you're getting into. Okay. I'm the nurse injector Meg. Hello, Meg. I'm the sole provider in my relationship. I'm having doubts, but I don't know what to do. Yeah. I think it's very hard for women that make money, especially if they're the breadwinner in their household, to respect their man long term. Here's the thing. It's just that I don't really think the men are super equipped to provide what women provide if it were the other way around. So as a man out there earning, making money, bringing it home, providing for the family, the rules kind of are simple for men, all right? Steady on, make money, provide for your household, make sure everybody's safe. Easy. Women, it's a little bit more complicated than that. They got to provide. If they're in a relationship where the man is the sole provider, they expect the women, and the women naturally fall into this. They become nurturers, supporters, little cheerleaders, and helpers, and that can make that team a very effective couple. Okay, very effective. So then when you have a woman that out-earns the man, or a woman that makes significantly more than the man, or all of the money next to the man, it's very hard for them to just go work all day and then come home like this, because this is what it's like working all day. And then the man's just been sitting there in the same boxer shorts you left him in, and then he's like, hey, welcome home, honey. Come on over and get to work. And you're just like, and the dishes aren't done yet? I'm tired. What? And you want me to just put that sweaty pud in my mouth? It's just exhausting. And eventually you're just like, well, what are you doing all day? Who's paying for these lights you're using all day long? And you want me to be excited? Okay, sounds great, honey, let's have sex. It's hard to respect that. And why that isn't obvious, I don't know. I don't know why. I would feel bad about myself. I was out there doing some shit, trying to get on something. Don't act like you've been at home cleaning all day either. You lying. Oh, hang on. You gotta make sure I'm not a robot. There we go. Yeah, and that's another thing. Here's another thing. If you're the breadwinner and you got a man all day at home, that man's got a secret Tinder account. I promise you that. I'm not saying go through his phone tonight or whatever, Meg, but I am saying if that man's sitting around at home all day, he's got plenty of fish or Tinder or something. Something broke. He's not on Riot, I'll tell you that. Ha! But he'll be on Tinder or some shit. And hidden in one of those folders. You're putting go on my mouth. Stupid ring lights flash on me. Sun goes down, it gets dark in here. Let me see if I can turn on some lights. What do you think? Some perfect overhead lighting, maybe look like a goblin. Maybe. Looking pretty goblin mode right now. A shiny ass forehead. Hang on. There we go. Oh, let's see here. For women in finance who are high earners, should they approach dating? How should they approach dating? It's hard, man. It's gonna be hard for you. The more money the women make, the harder the pool is. So like the smaller the pool is, I meant to say, sorry. The more money you make, like you're in finance, whatever. It's important for you. If you're in finance and your job is to make money, that's what your sole focus on, thanks for the galaxy. If you're in finance and you're making a high level of income, you need a man that's at least making a little bit more than you, or preferably a lot more than you, so that you can like look up, admire, respect, and all those things. You see. Thanks for the gifts, guys. That's dope. I never get gifts on TikTok. I'll take it. Thank you, guys. Anyways, so you need a guy that's making more than you, or you're just simply not going to respect them. All right. Damn, it's a lot of galaxies. Thank you. Anyways, you're not going to respect them. So if you're dating a guy that's making a lot less money than you, and in finance, you guys are sleeping under your desk. You're talking 80-hour weeks sometimes, sleeping under your desks. You see, I know what that's like. It's crazy. It's a lot of work. And so if you're dating some guy that's like way below you down here, you're not going to respect him. You're going to have the same problem Meg has. All right. So instead of that. You need to date guys that are higher caliber. And so when you date higher caliber guys, you just have fewer options. The more money they make, the less likely they're going to be young, handsome, attractive, whatever. So you got to only put yourself in places, mixers, events, soirees, whatever, where people of your caliber or higher are. And by the way, just because you're in finance and make a lot of money doesn't mean you're exempt from being super pretty. You have to be pretty too, no matter what. especially the higher echelon in society you climb. The more money, the men that you're around that make more and more money, they kind of look for higher and higher quality women. So you got to spend some of your finance money to make yourself look bomb. Tell you what, Kim Kardashian, it's like you see the Kardashians, all those Kardashian girls just got super pretty because they just threw money at it. All right, so just take advantage of what you can afford. Your pool's small. Put yourself in the right place. You can make some money. You can meet a man that you respect. Should we buy men Valentine's gifts? You are the gift. What do you mean? Showing up is the gift. Buying them gifts? What are you talking about? You can buy them a cute card and write a little something on it. It shouldn't be more than $3 or whatever. Go to get yourself some CVS card on the way to pick up your mascara or whatever. All right. You write a cute card. That's it. You are the gift. What? Most you should be doing as a woman, in my opinion, straight up. You can get them a gift if you really like them or whatever. Some of y'all like to give gifts, and it makes you get a lot of joy from that. But men don't expect that. You get yourself some undies with a little bow on it. That's it. You the gift. See? Done. That's right. That's right, rejoice. You're the gift, rejoice. Okay. My toe wrapped with a ribbon. No, because that's like now you're sitting like on your own. You're sitting on. If you got your toe wrapped with anything, that's like you're on your deathbed. No, not on deathbed. You're dead. And you're on the car at the morgue. It's not like a good. It's like some bad energy right there, some bad juju. If you got your toes wrapped, he better have a foot fetish because otherwise that's just bad energy. All right. If you're wrapping your toes up like it's some sort of present for him, you better be ready to let him suck them. All right. Should I pay for his birthday? Should I pay for his birthday dinner? Okay. All right, listen. That's a tricky one. Generally speaking, let the man pay. A man should just be willing to pay for the dinner. I would just say, generally speaking, men should, if you're at the date, men's at the table, men should pay for the thing, whatever. But sometimes some of y'all girls are very into gift giving, and it brings you a lot of happiness to do something for them. And if it's their birthday and it makes you feel like you're not able to do something for them if you don't pay, then pay for the dinner. That's the only fucking exception, though. If the guy's taking you on a date, whatever, he always pays without exception. Be a gentleman, my God. Can't afford an extra meal. They shouldn't gripe about it either. And worse is this, though. Let me tell you something about date situation. Some men will take you on a date and will pay. But then, for some reason, remind you. All right. You got a low battery mode on one of them. Anyways, listen. So some men will take you on a date and pay for the date, but for some reason will remind you about how expensive it was on the ride home. Who's that for? What do you mean? So you're going to take your girl on a date and then just gripe about how expensive it was on the way back? Like what is that going to do? Like, is that going to make her be aroused? What's the point? If you're going to say, hey, oh my God, Kim, wow, another $400, $500 down the drain right there. We could have just stayed home. Do you think that the girl's going to be like, oh, she's just going to feel bad. She's just going to go, oh, fuck, you didn't have to take me out. We didn't even have to do this if it was going to be so expensive. You're going to do nothing but make the situation worse. And I can't even imagine going from, wow, that was such an expensive date. And then she's thinking, oh my God, that's so hot. He's complaining about how much our dinner was just now. Let me jump his bones. The only scenario is that she's going to feel bad and be drier than the Sahara and to now feel guilty on the way home that y'all had a nice evening. How to ruin it. And how that's not obvious to people, it blows my mind. How do you not know? Do you think she's going to be like, well, that's okay, honey. Let's have sex. No! They just feel bad. Like, oh, fuck. Well, sorry. So you didn't have to spend that on me? Why even mention it? Why even go out at all if you're going to complain about the price afterwards? And who does it serve? Does it serve you as a man? Does it make it better now? Do you get your money back? What does it do but make the scenario, the whole thing, worse? And by the way, what are y'all going to do after dinner? You're going to go home and have Bible study or whatever, okay? But you're severely limiting your chances of that by just injecting how fucking cheap you are on the way home. How sexy. What a turn on. Ah. What do you mean? Just keep that shit to yourself. Some stuff y'all ought to take to your grave. They don't need to know. All right? That's your personal finances are a personal issue. Don't share that shit with me. You see what I'm saying? That's right, folks. Okay. All right. Let's see. They cannot take the heat. That's right. Oh, speaking of heat, listen, guys, I gotta go. That's my time. Thanks everybody for joining me. We'll see you again next time. Follow me on my Instagram. I post my real actual life over there. And everybody else, we'll see you next time. Thanks again. As soon as I can exit this out, I'm out of here. Bye, guys.